been about 10 years since we got this last shoe release, and Nike messed around and gave us another face box. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about these face boxes. Because even though I do think they're nice, I do think the face box is nice. I also think they're giving us a lot of face boxes. The only reason why I say that is if you look above me, I can tell what shoes inside of these of the box. And if you give us a lot of face boxes, whatever. It's gonna be a little bit harder to tell. I do like them, but don't overdo it, Nike. Hear me out. All right, this shoe right here. This is what we have. This is what we have today. Air Jordan 3 True Blue retail for $230. Yes, I went ahead and copped these today, not because there was any rush or any need to go out and get them. They're sitting, they're readily available, which isn't a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. I was able to go to JD Sports, use my $20 status cash, and I was able to acquire this shoe. I do not have the 2016 pair. Before that, I believe they came out in 2012. I don't have that pair neither. So I'm grateful and I'm happy to have these on hand. You see that nice Nike tag right there. Now, I went to JD Sports and there's a couple of shoes sitting. I have seen them do this to other shoes. I've seen them do this to this pair as well. So for the grade school pairs of these, the grade school pair has Jordan on the bottom with the Nike Air on the back. That's how they did the grade school. Now, you'll know sometimes with the grade schools, they give the grade schools different boxes, or sometimes, there might be a little variant like that. Or grade school they might not have like the tissue paper or what have you and stuff like that. But I did want to point out the difference. If your pair does say Jordan on the bottom with the Nike Air, that don't mean that they're Fugazis. It's just a grade school pair. Now, talking about this kick, I keep squeezing the toe box here because if you take a look at the toe box, we do have some nice tumble leather on here, and it feels pretty consistent on both pairs. It actually is pretty consistent, so there's no problem there. One issue that we tend to have from time to time will be the elephant print on Air Jordan 3s. Now, I don't know what it is. I have me a couple of pairs of Spizikes. My son got me a pair of Spizikes for Father's Day. Look, still got to make a video about that. But the elephant print on the Spizike seems to be like spot on, right? But if you take a look at the elephant print here, it don't look bad. There's actually no complaints about the elephant print here on the heel tab, or let's just take a look at the front. You take a look at the front there, no complaints. No complaints at all with the elephant print. Now, I will tell you, the shape on these are different than the other pairs, which that's that new shape that we have in there. I personally do like the shape. Maybe if you have a fatter foot, because it's not as chunky, you might not like it. But however, I will be one of the first to tell you, the shape on here is actually really nice. We do have a hang tag on there. These come factory lace, stockly laced with white laces. We do not have any other laces inside of here. And also, going back to JD Sports, just as you take a look at this video here, we do have a couple of nice shoes that are sitting and that's available. Once again, it's not a bad thing if a shoe sits. Truth be told, you will be able to get a juicy deal on these if you exercise some patience. I went ahead and copped these pretty much for like content creation purposes. Ironically, as I make this video right now, I'm on a live because I wanted to shoot a live to kind of show how I create content or whatever. So if you're watching, go on and tap that like button, subscribe, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? I would greatly appreciate it. But let's get back to these kicks. Insole, we have a red insole. We got the Nike Air on the inside. You see that sock liner right there. We have that blue, and we have the red behind the tongue. Now, I personally think it would have been a dope idea if Nike and Jordan Brand would have gave us this shoe right before the 4th of July. Lewis at Wear Your Kicks 26, he reminded me that these were supposed to have dropped on July 3rd. Then they pushed it back to the 18th, which is today. So this would have been a nice. Throw some red laces in there to complement that Jumpman. You see the Nike Air with the red pod right there. This would have been a nice little red, white, and blue kick for the 4th. But hey, whatever. They didn't give it to us. Now, though I don't have any complaints with this shoe, one complaint that I have been hearing is that this right here is not the actual color of the True Blue. Now we know whenever Jordan and Nike brand gives us retros, they tend to change something up. There's always like a little change that ends up happening with the shoe, and I think the change actually happened with the color, being that this isn't the proper hue, shade, color, whatever of the previous version of the True Blue. Other than that, this shoe is pretty much on point. I do have the Air Jordan 3 Wizards. Let me just take a look here. I'll let y'all be the judge. Now, also keep in mind, I have lighting on here, so I will let y'all be the judge of that. But the blue on the Wizards is just a little bit darker. Maybe you can see it on the inside of the sock liner there, but it's just a tad bit darker. Tad bit darker. Kind of like what I was saying about the GS pair. We have the Jordan branding on the back there. You typically get the Jumpman Air. But on the GS pairs, you will have that Jordan branding with the Nike Air. Comment down below. Let me know if you are feeling these kicks. The price point's steep. Look, $230 for a 3. Jordan 3s haven't even been moving like that. I don't know. When did the black cement 3s come out? In 2024? Yeah, you might have to fact check me on that one. But once I saw black cement 3s sitting, black cement 3s, where are they at? Oh, I got them over there. Once I saw black cement 3s sitting, I already knew 3s weren't going to be moving like that unless it's a collab. Anyway, it's always loving this, and I appreciate everybody, literally everybody, even my cat, even my dog down there at JD Sports who tapped in, as I was checking out. It's always loving this, and enjoy another video because I'm going to be making multiple videos cleaning shoes because I've actually been wearing a lot of my shoes now. Now it's time to clean them up. Look, it's always love. I appreciate y'all, and you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. We out.